All right. And we're live and it's Monday night. So let's get this started off the right way. Here you go. And then here's the challenge of burnouts for distance. So, who wants to take my challenge? Here's what I started with. All right. So, who's we got here? Josh Holman, and others. What's going on? It's Monday night. It was a horrific weekend. Um, Buddy's here. 6th Street is here. What's going on, guys? Yeah, this weekend we were supposed to do some stuff with the speed labs and stuff like that, but I was taken out by Mr. Cold and Flu season. Really knocked me in the dirt like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so 4 days. So today was a little better, and so you know, what are you gonna do? You get knocked down, you get back up again, all that kind of good stuff. People piling in like rabbits. What's going on with you guys? We got did I say who's here? Oh, okay. Let me turn this phone off for the minute. Barracuda sold. I don't know if I said that last Monday. I can't remember. Or not, or they came and got it sometime last week. I really don't remember. But the Barracuda is finally gone. Yay! And it went, no, I probably did. Well, it's all kind of blurry last couple weeks, actually. Barracuda's gone. Went and got the Ranger back. Did some repairs on that. That's good to go. Mr. 69 Cornet 500. What's going on, buddy? Glad that you're here. Sit down, enjoy the show, have a nice beverage of your choice. This is just water. But Shannon is here. Hello, Shannon. I did mention the car I sold last week. Okay, so just senility kicking in. Called feeling any today I feel pretty decent. It was just, one of those things, because actually the previous weekend the wife was up north for some extended family death events. And she brought back a cold with her. I got it, and seemed to be the most of it's gone. Today's the first day I can really actually talk and stuff like that. So like I was saying, kerosene and cucumbers this year. Shout outs. What's going on, buddy? Johnny C. How y'all doing? Yeah, I was supposed to do some speed lab stuff like Friday and maybe even Saturday night with Tony, but it just no, it wasn't happening. So we'll do that maybe later this week. We have Mr. Jeff coming down like Wednesday or Thursday. We're going to do some work on his dragster. We're going to order some parts. I called Lenco today for the reverser, because if you've seen those videos, Robert Myers here. Your transmission spilled its blood. Oh, sorry about that. I hate when that happens. You get the bloody transmission all over the floor. For his called Lenco this morning for his reverser, because it had no input shaft, right? I kind of know what they look like because I've seen Lencos before. And I called Lenco and I'm like, I need an input shaft for a Lenco reverser. He goes, great. He goes, how many splines? And I'm like, whoa. I said, that's why I'm calling, because I need to know what you need to know so I can order one. So basically, the way it works is they make one for you. Sounds like, or they've had so many applications, they probably have one, because he asked me a bunch of questions. He said, how many splines are in the input of the Lenco? And I said, okay, that's a good one to know. he said he needs to know the length from the back face of the bell housing where the transmission butts up to it to this point to the face of the pilot bearing. I said, all right, I can get that. I needs to know the amount of splines in the clutch, and I said, okay, when we order the clutch, I'll know how many splines are in it, and the inside diameter of the pilot bearing. So, whatever the inside diameter of an early I can't talk. Whatever the inside diameter of an early Hemi throw-out bearing is, I need to know that. So those four measurements. And it's 3 measurements and some counting. And be able to order him his input shaft, which would help. For one, hold the clutch in place. But to order that stuff, we first need to get a flywheel for it. Clutch and a throw-up bearing. What's this? I plan on going to your shop Wednesday, probably. All right, I'll take a look at. It's Mr. Jeff on the phone. He's talking between him and Tony. I'll look at that here in a little bit. He may even be on here. I don't know. So we can get the engine, get a flywheel on it, get a clutch on it, get the pilot bearing in the crank, order the input shaft, and then because it's a specific type of clutch, and I forget what Tony wants to order for it, and then we can get that so we have all those pieces to connect engine to transmission, and then we get to the transmission and the reverser. So we're putting puzzle pieces together, and then I need to find out. If you watch the videos, there's a slip yoke on the output of the trans that has a splined outside diameter deal on it, and the rear end housing has an identical splined like yoke on it, and then you slide those two together, and then there's a coupler that goes over those that locks those two splines together, and there's a collar on the output shaft of the trans that you clamp on that holds all that stuff together and doesn't let it move. So I need all those other pieces. And then we can work on, Jeff is here. Okay, we can talk to Crower and Lenko, so should be able to work it all out. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah. And I'm just reviewing all these little parts that got to come together for all this. But yeah, well, welcome, Jeff. Thanks for being here, and just let me know what time Wednesday, and I'll figure that out. I'll work out around my schedule when you're going to be out there. Just text me or whatever, and if things changes, no worries. Just whenever you can get there. I'll figure it out. And gathering overhauled. I'll get that planetary gear. I'm glad it didn't fireball. Oh, okay. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, get it all. Yeah, get those, because that's a 60, isn't it, Brandon? The transmission's a 4L60. So yeah, have them put some good, more better parts in there, and we could find all that out. Gotta sneeze again. On like I said, Wednesday. Yeah, and get your that 4L60 with some good heavy duty parts, away plates, and all that kind of good stuff in it. So that thing will last for you. And let's see. Other than that, what's going on? Work. It was one of our local drag strips, 8th Mile drag strip, in Buffalo Valley, Tennessee, oddly named Buffalo Valley Raceway. Closed forever after 60-some years of operation. So it was a cool little track, kind of a backwoods deal. Made many runs there. with a little Ranger. Went out there, seen a lot of races out there, filmed a lot of races out there. So that's kind of a bummer. It was kind of a neat place to go. Almost died there one night, so I always have that memory. I had that memory on film, but of course, all those videos are in the vapor somewhere, never to be returned, possibly. So, but they're still up here somewhere in the fuzz and fog that's going on upstairs. They're in there. And see what else we got going on around here. It got cold. Got to film the Belvedere. The good thing, picked up the Ranger, sold the Barracuda. So, oh, and Jeff, and if you're still listening, I sold the Barracuda, so I have plenty of room in my garage, buddy. If you find yourself overstocked, you send pics. Oh, let's take a look. Brandon sent some pics. Oh, yeah. Let's get to sharing these pics. Okay, I got that there, so we have to go. I don't know. Unfortunately, it doesn't have room for a plane, Jeff, but there's plenty of room for a car too. This is Mr. Shadow Ops. What it looks like when you're. Oh, that's right. I got to do the extra step now with this silly thing. Otherwise, you people can't see what I'm talking about. All right. Then I have to go here. Looks like a mess there, but you can see on the floor kind of there. And the next one is, just imagine you come out to your truck in the morning and there's goo, all kinds of goo all over. When your transmission just said, blah, I don't want to be in here anymore. But cool. So yeah, you take it in, take it to the shop, and then they'll take care of it. What went wrong at the track that almost killed you? I wish I still had the video for it. Hey, Justin, you're on. Basically, on the Ranger, what happened is, I pulled around because the Buffalo Valley, you had to make kind of almost like a right-handed U-turn to get into the burnout pits. Did the burnout, everything was fine. Pulled to the light, everything was fine. Staged, everything was fine. Spooled it up. Nitrous, was building a little bit of boost on the brake. Light turned, floored it, hit the button for the dry shot for the nitrous. Truck took off like a bandit. Wow, probably would have been his best run ever. And then it starts. That truck always went a little bit left, and we went into that last Monday, on why I have to redo the rear suspension because under severe power it just wants to turn left. But it turned left, but not as bad as it sometimes did. And I went to correct, and then it just the steering wheel kept spinning, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I'm jamming on the brakes, right? And this thing is at full because I think I just clicked second. It was wah wah, I'm going. So we're going close to, I don't know, 70 miles an hour at this point. So I gotta get on the brakes as I'm like panicking, and this thing is going to the left. Well, I was in the right-hand lane. And a buddy of mine, his son, was in the right-hand lane in his late model GTO. And he just spun off the line. Well, thanks because he spun. Because I took off, I was just freight trained him. But then I had to get on the brakes and I had no control, and the truck was going over into his lane. And I'm yelling and screaming, and it ended up stopping probably that far from the left-hand guardrail. And I'm like, F, 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 F. And then he, was well behind me, so he kind of went around and stuff like that and got out of the truck. What happened is the end of the steering shaft, which I thought I had in and bolt in on a Ford, the steering box is splined up here, and then there's a little dip, and that's splined again. Well, you push the end of the steering shaft on it, and you put a bolt through, and the bolt's supposed to sit in that little recess area, and you tighten the bolt down, and they can't get out. Whatever reason, all my fault. The steering came off of the box. So I had no steering. The kind of good thing happened then, because if it would have happened at later on, because through the lights, I'd have been going much faster. It'd have been going left a lot harder, and that track, it narrows down at the end. So it would have been ugly, 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 ugly. So I got lucky. Anyway, so I get it, and I'm like, very mad. And then the people come over and say, "Hey, are you all right? What happened?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry." And I was able to get that steering shaft back onto the gearbox enough then by just pure anger, enough to where it was steering to where I could get it off the track and put it back on the trailer and go home. But that's how I almost died there at Buffalo Valley. So that fond memory of there. Okay. Let's catch up on the chat here a little bit. Poor thing looks like it was shot. Robert Meyer was driving a 1972 Ford van, and the transmission exploded, left a huge stain of red all over the road. Looked like blood in the road. Yeah, Robert, did you see his pictures? I can put them back up for you. But same thing happened to Brandon. Stephen H. Bunky Bird, thanks for coming. It was borrowed time. Ron Armstrong. So you're screaming for? Yes, that's exactly the words that I was screaming. Yeah. Mexican Spec, how are you, sir? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger and smarter. Yeah. That coupler's now welded on both ends. So it's even after I got home, it was repaired in anger. Probably not the smartest thing I've ever done. It's not going to break again, but it's steering gets a little clunky. That whole thing needs to get redone this winter. Going to redo the rear suspension. New bushings in the leaves. Couch track or adjustable torque arm. Haven't decided yet. How I'm going to do that, but those kind of homemade underride bars that are on there now, they don't do the job when it gets up to 650 horsepower. They're both bent. And previously, when it was on low boost, it would just bend the one that's on the rear passenger side. And you could straighten it out, and it was okay again for a little bit. But now they're both bent. With the boost turned up, it pretzeled both of them. So cut that all out. Go with something that's got a little more beef to it than that original setup, which I did not do. I inherited that setup, so. But I will fix it, and it will be stronger. Okay, getting a stock 1800 RPM torque converter for now. We'll put in a 26-2800 unit up to 600 horsepower capable unit. Okay. Sounds like a plan, sir. Yeah, get it done. So that's what's going on. So that's my plans for this week are I got to work, uh, and then I have to. We're gonna do some stuff on Jeff Stragster. We're hopefully gonna film some stuff at Speed Labs this weekend, and then I don't know if I'm gonna work on the Ranger or I'm gonna get some of the final sanding and buffing done on the clear coat on the Falcon and start putting that back together because I got the rear bumper painted. And yes, I said painted rear bumper because the rear bumper is fiberglass. It's not metal, so it doesn't need to be chromed. Because last time I checked, you can't really chrome fiberglass too well. Maybe you can. I don't know. But they're painted. Get that on. Finish that little bit of wet sanding and stuff that needs to be done, and then put in taillights, front bumper, rear bumper. The outside of the car will look good. Headliner, and then I could put in the rear glass and front glass. And then put the interior I got in for it. Carpet, door panels. And start driving that dude in spring. Because that's a fun little car. For what it is and for who built it. You can wrap it in chrome. Yeah, but cheap. I'll just spray it the argent that it was before. And it didn't look bad before, but what happened, because that car's been sitting in that back garage for so long, and the bumper gets moved around and scratched and thing and overspray and blah, blah, blah. So I just had to redo it. It'll be fine. Doesn't need to be chrome. On that car, I if I wanted chromies, they're $300. You can get a refurbed Ford bumper re-chromed for like $300 for the front, $300 for the back. If I wanted chromies on it, I would just do that. It's not that expensive. I like the fiberglass one because it keeps the weight down. It's a conversation piece and all that kind of stuff. But so that's my plans. And dragging home no more junk. So far, it's been a week and a half, and I have not done it yet. Doesn't mean I haven't been sitting there and going through Marketplace, going, oh yeah, there's something Corvette. Yeah. What was on here? Okay. But I haven't managed to drag any junk home. No cars, no motorcycles, no go-karts. No boats, no jet skis. No cars, no trucks, no nothing. Nothing. Oh, I did drag home an extra gun cabinet that I bought in a estate sale, but it was like $6, right? It's about the same height as that, right? But it's not a safe. It's just like a gun ammo cabinet. Cleaned that all up. It was a little crusty in spots. Cleaned up most of it, vacuumed it out, made it, so it smells good and everything like that now. And it had all the mechanisms inside it, but it didn't have the little cam lock that goes in the door for the key. So I ordered one of those. I got that. I got that to do, and clean slate is nice. Yeah. It's that because with my extra stuff, because that thing's full, and my wife's father's living with us with all his stuff, someplace to put that stuff, a little more secure, and out of the way and out of the, just and put away. So that'd be good. And it started. I did a bunch of cleaning in my garage and just the collection of junk and old parts. I went and looked at it, and I'm like, I don't need you, and I don't need you, and I don't need you. So I got rid of a bunch of junk in the garage. There's still way too much. The plans I have for the garage, but that's coming up pretty soon. I'll get all that cleaned out of there and redo that whole back garage. I still got a couple transmissions to sell and a whole bunch of miscellaneous auto parts, all that kind of stuff. Jay Burr, we had guns in an open case and the ammo in the cases drawer all through my childhood. We knew not to touch anything, probably without Dad next to us. Yeah, it's not so much that. I don't know. I'd rather have it semi-secured in the house. Just one cricketoo, I guess. But I'd rather have stuff locked up out of the way. We have grandchildren and all that kind of stuff that occasionally come over. So, not that anything would happen because everything's upstairs, but the same thing. My dad never had his guns locked up. Never knew I went out and played with them. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But I think it's just cool to have them, kind of locked up. Anyway, but that is really my only little project right now. But I caveat that, and I've talked to a couple people about this. I would like if I could find one that's decent, and this goes back to the cars from your childhood, well, young adulthood. But I would take and drag home another Mustang, especially 69 or 70. Which I know there's a 69, but it's a lot of work, and I don't want to do a lot of work. A 72 and older El Camino. Or a Bronco. Or even like an 80s F-250. Something like that. I could see me dragging something like that home. That I would maybe be able to talk myself into justifying it for myself. But something that kind of era. But for right now, it's just not going to be just, random junk like the last two projects. So that's what I got. What are you guys going to be doing over the winter? Plans. Mexican Specker, if you're still here, find me a El Camino, man. Preferably, I had a real cool, and I can't find pictures of it, or I'd share it with you, because I think the pictures are in another storage area in the house. But I had a really cool 64 El Camino. It was like a 283 Power Glide, two-barrel car. Nothing, but it was, the body was straight, had it painted a real nice teal color, rally wheels and tinted windows when I was out in California, and it just had just glass packs, and it was just had redid the seat in it, stuff like that. It wasn't anything super fancy, but it just looked really, 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 really cool. I would take something like that. Oh, El Caminos bring a premium there as they were not sold there. Well, never mind then. Because you can find all kinds of basket case El Caminos. Even in the South, you find the ones that are here in Georgia and stuff like that. And they're just, they're just trash. They were throwaway cars, right? And something redone is Redone halfway decent is 25 grand. Redone really nice is more. Um, and the ones that are in between aren't worth paying the in between money for it because they're just the cheap junk that somebody thinks is worth a lot of money because it runs. But a car should run if you want to sell it. So, the Ranchero wasn't sold here again. They're both iconic, have Spanish names, but weren't sold here. Yeah, that's good. That is irony, isn't it? Fun with Cars. Fun with Cars is here. There's selling a Camino that we here not for. What? There is a 1970 El Camino here, not far from me. I can get you a price on it. Yeah. Shoot me a price and a picture. I'm not going to promise anything, but that'd be okay. I really don't like the 68, 69 front end for whatever reason. I've had a couple of them. It doesn't affect the way the car runs or drives or anything like that. I just don't like that kind of reverse swoop front end, 4 headlights and stuff like that. So the 4 headlights isn't bad, but just and the flat grill on the early 64, 65s I like. And then I don't even really like the 70s. I like the 71, 72, the single big headlight. Weird, I know. Never mind. The 1970 El Camino has a 5.3 newer engine, so it can't be crossed unless we get a replacement title in the U.S., whichever state it was from. I may have a workaround with that. Yeah, just exactly. A drag car. No, it's not going to be a drag car. It's going to be a ice cream sundae car. Yeah, if you get me a VIN number and you send along with the VIN number, you put in the mail a magic pen with your signature in it, and I can make up a bill of sale, sign it with a magic pen. Next inspect, what's your email? There it is. dr.artstuff21@gmail.com. I could probably get a title for it if it doesn't come up on some list of stolen or anything like that, or recently registered in the last 5 years, I think, in the States. I can get a title for it, and it's like $85. It ain't that big a deal. Yeah, zip it to me, and we'll see what we can. Let me rearm my email here so I know when it pops in. Okay, if you're gonna send it tonight, great. If not, whenever. That's cool too. Rancho GT, my friend loved and wanted to get in high school. Yeah, I've had many Rancheros too. Okay, I'm just trying to catch up after a busy weekend. Okay. But I could probably get a title for it. Yeah, let me know. We'll see. Anything's possible. Do I want another car right now? No. Do I want to drag one home? No. Will I? Probably, yeah. Would like to ideally have something that's, and it's a tall order, I know. So throw the darts at me later. I'd like to have something that I could just drive. Fun with cars, call your local PD. I actually have a guy for that. So I got a guy I can call with a VIN and he can tell me if it's any good or not. So, I can just take it down to our county clerk's office here and go, here's a VIN. Can I get a title, please? Here's a bill of sale. Because it's older than 25 years, and its value is less than $3,000. So I can get a title for it for, like I said, for like $85. And once you have that, you're good. And Buddy, he likes 1959 El Caminos. They are cool, but if you get them past 80 miles an hour, the back of the car actually does pick up. Those wings, they turn into wings. Weird, right? The back of the car gets real light. Woo! So they're cool, but they're not so cool for fast. All right. See you, Brandon. Thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate it. So, and in the other news, because when rebooting the channel, again, I have the people asking me for Ford tuning. And not so much the Coyote stuff, because I don't want to mess with that, because it's a whole different level of 4D chest brain damage that I don't want to play. But the earlier stuff, 96 to 03, then 04 to like 11, Crown Vics, Mustangs, kind of stuff like that. Nobody makes a bench harness for, but I found a place that sells you that will sell you the parts at great cost to build your own bench harness for it, so you can tune these vehicles off the car. I mean, on the car, it's not that big a deal, right? What was it on Chrome? Oh, no. He sent me an email. Because I asked a question. Bench Force. Bench Force. Here's all the products that you would need to do that. Well, let's go take a look, shall we? Phone with Carter to get title for a 73, newer 72 and older, transferable registration only. Yeah, same thing. Send me the VIN, sell it to me, get your Tennessee title, sell it back to you. You know, that kind of thing. We can do that. Let's go. We got an email here. Mason 66. Oh, here is Mexican Specs El Camino that he has down yonder. Now the sharing is a 12-step process, so let's not shoot the messenger here. Hang on. Boom, boom, boom. Share screen. Yes, I want to share that. Share that. Okay. Now I'm sharing that. Now I have to go here and put it on the stage and share it. Then I have to go back here so I can flip the pictures so everyone can see it. Definitely the right color. Definitely not. I don't know who put the wheels on this thing. Pretty straight for a black car. The vinyl top looks nice. That's a clean little car. I like that. Again, good car. Bad choice of wheels. They're straight from the 90s there. But I like this. 5.3 truck motor. Oh, it was an AC car. Doesn't look like they have the AC hooked up. Boo, bad. You'd have to change that immediately, if not sooner. Let's see if I can. You can see the AC stuff. It was born an AC car. Can't really see behind the air filter there to see if it's still got the AC, but it's a power steering, power brake car. which is nice with a Chrysler style master cylinder. That's new. Interesting. Pretty paint. Looks like disc brakes. Bench seat, nice. You should like buckets, but on these cars, the bench seat really works. Really works good. Lots of boom booms, which can stay with the car. I don't really care for 10,000 gigawatts behind your head. Yeah, I'll just take all that out and sell that or repurpose that or build it into the side of my garage for out by the pool. Well, I could do that too. That would be interesting. But I like it. I like it. Stop sharing. Okay. Okay. Send an email. Okay. 2018 thumbs. Yeah, sent an email. The town car sounds like fun. Yeah, because you can. The difference between like the town car 4.6 and the Crown Vic police car 4.6, it's a matter of tuning. It's a little bigger throttle body on the police cars, but that's not that big a deal. And if you put some gears in an exhaust in a town car, it'll rip with a tune. Yeah. And a few other low dollar things. You are correct, buddy. Fountain cars. I am okay. There is stress if the paperwork will be done for me to take it to the north. Okay. There are others I can look for. Oh, okay. No, I like that one. It's almost too nice for a guy like me. Oh, I like that one. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that? Yeah, I didn't want to say too much about the wheels, but yeah, no, I don't like those. Yeah, it is a sweet car. It's pretty straight. It would have to be crossed without importing it, and you get the title there. It is a U.S. car, so it had a title over there. Oh, okay. I get it. On the AC, I have a good one. AC ship here that would do it reasonably. They charge my Durango when needed, I think. I seen it had the charge, and if it just needs charge, I can do that. But it didn't look like that 5.3 had the air conditioner on it. I could be wrong because it hangs down below where that air filter was. That's supposed to be a cold air intake that's right in front of the radiator, so it's not doing anything. Anyway, yeah, if it's got the compressor and the stuff inside the car is not shot, I can charge it and stuff like that. That's not a big deal. Beagle Bob, better late than never. Hello, sir. Glad you could be here. Hope you're enjoying your retirement. Everyone doesn't like those wheels. Get a great deal of the car and bolt up what you like. Yeah. 70 beers that be the most popular of the 5 years of that style. Depending on choice, like I said, I'd rather have a 71, 72 with the single headlight. It's just my preference, probably because I had one. What's this here? What's this here? Thursday. Yeah, that's fine. Twin turbo Crown Vic P71 police car. Yeah, It can be done. The only problem is it's a big car, but it's just weird to get the exhaust back to the front of the car where it needs to be for the turbos. But it can be done. Anything can be done. All right, sold a 1977 Volkswagen Horminga. And I have to take it to north to deliver it, but the buyer hasn't finished up with the customs agent. And I have to leave next Saturday night. Oh, okay. Not that quick. Do you want to see the Horminga? Yeah, I want to see what it is. Definitely want to see what it is. A Volkswagen Horminga. All right, folks. Let me. Oh, this is fantastic. Hang on. Let me get this converted over to where everybody can see it. Share screen. Thing share and go back here so I can see it too. And then I got to put it up on the screen because they made that process more difficult. And then I have to go back to the picture and blow it up so people can see it better. This thing is fantastic. It looks like the front end of a garbage truck. Yeah, that's the only way I can describe it. That's fantastic. And it's front engine. Huh. Because it doesn't look like it has any type of drive axles in the back. That's why I know the engine's up front. Maybe it's just the whole rear of the car is in the back where it's... Hang on. Excuse me. I like the flatbed. I like the wood. It's done really nice. Nice wood bed. This is a nice little thingy. They just blasted it green. It's fantastic. Green inside and out and put it back together. That's fantastic. Clean little Horminga. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go back to the show here. Excuse me. Not that quick, but I reserved a trailer, and if we can't go, you have to cancel that. Okay. Needs railing wheels or Kragers. Yes, exactly. You're right, Jeff. Rallies look good on there. Came straight out of the Thing Design Studio. Yeah. Fun Car says it's a dumpster. It's kind of what it looks like. Nice, pretty green dumpster. It uses the Type 1 Beetle engine under the cab, powering the front wheels. Yeah, it's kind of what I would have suspected. It's loud. Bless you. Well, thank you. It's cool. Yeah, it is cool. Painted the chassis and the brake drums. Okay. I hate driving it, but that's another story. Looks like a dumpster front and a kitty wagon in the back. It's a 1970s Cybertruck. Yes, comment of the night. You get it, sir. Yeah. Early 70s German Cybertruck. But that's pretty cool, though. I like it. Yeah, Thursday's fine. Shannon, since your email, the current projects you're working on. Inbox. Shannon, I haven't got that email yet, but yours came through last time, so it'll get here. I got the clicker up on the top, so when it gets here, I'll know. They made only 3,600 made, and it was Horminga only parts like the transmission and the speedometer. Parts are really hard to find. Oh yeah, I would imagine. No bears this time. Oh man. The bear picture was good. Haven't got it yet. If it was maybe too many pictures, maybe send 2 emails. Funny because I don't think those were offered in the U.S. No, I've never seen one. So there's something new every day. Welcome to Monday night, where you can see something new every day. Jeffrey, you don't have one of those. Just saying. Make a good specialty business truck, yeah. This one is number 136 maiden. Excuse me. 1977. They made 3,463 after this one. So yeah, it's an early Herminga. It's got the good parts. And people were like, yes, we're building something new. Let's make this fantastic. Instead of, oh, God, no, one of these. A guy in California has one registered in Los Angeles. He contacted me for parts. These horror makers cheap, I can tell you. Oh, I can imagine if they only made so many, right? And this one's perfect as far as the eye can see, right? Yeah, I imagine it is a top dollar item. Oh, it's an Ormingu. Ormiga. Okay. They made flatbeds, box truck, motor homes, and more. Each one is unique. They made these in the motor homes with what you said, with a Type 1 Volkswagen motor and a double barn door for a front end. Wow. And in Spanish. And yes, Johnny. You're correct, Johnny. Oh. Cold's kicking in, Dayquil's wearing off. But okay. Oh, Shannon, we did. Looks like we got your email. Let's see. Oh, this is from Buddy. We gotta click. Yeah, we can take a look at this. Let's take a look at this, everybody. We got a few minutes left. Later, gotta get out of here. All right, Jeff. See you, buddy. We'll talk to you on Thursday. Share. Go back here. Share. Put it on the screen so everyone can see what I'm talking about. Share, then go back to what I'm talking about. And 1971 Chevrolet El Camino SS in Memphis, Tennessee, 3 hours from here. Yeah, it's 15 grand and it's got no paint. Come on. See, this is what I was talking about. Even if it is a California car. Oh. Can everyone see that? And go, it's, yeah. Stop it. Oh, stop it. There's nothing left of this thing. He needs to move that decimal point over. This is a $1,500 car. He stole some California plates to put on it, try and fool somebody. But it's got no paint and hood pins. This was the same look like my old car, but mine wasn't a vinyl top. Can't imagine what kind of horrors are hiding underneath this vinyl top. If the bed's all smashed and bondoed and gone. Does have the SS dash and steering wheel. All right. But low option, column shifter, bench seat, automatic car. Even still, the rust is too bad. 133,000 miles. Interior looks pretty nice. This shows signs of water on the carpet there. Because the sun doesn't get to that angle. So it's... And this has all been... The seats have been redone. So they were shot, I'd imagine. Speakers from the 1980s mounted right behind your head. I like that. Power steering, power brake, AC car. Well, that's bonus points there, but it's even got the factory vacuum daily wop on it yet. Wow. Plastic inner fenders. Not like that right there. That little bit of rust right there. Floor rust on it. That's not that big a deal. Usually the back window is a huge deal. And with the vinyl top, I'd be scared of this one, especially the condition of the rear quarters, because this was not. What does it say? We compared seller's description. Can you all see this? Let me make sure you can see this. Yes, you can. It may be small, but 1971 Chevrolet El Camino SS factory SS 350 build sheet verified. This 1971 El Camino Super Sport is genuine factory built SS, not a clone or a tribute. Backed by the original build sheet, the car represents a solid foundation for restoration, retaining its original 350 engine, factory air conditioning, and a clean California title with the current registration. Drivetrain performance, original 350, blah, 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 dun, 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 dun. Working AC, document runs. The vehicle is located in a client's home, not in Cadillac, Michigan showroom access. We were shown with approximately 35 vehicles. Yeah, it went through some Michigan winters, even though it says it's for sale in Memphis. I don't know. That would scare me, that car. Somebody else would have to own that one. That would not be me. So, yeah. Okay, gotta go. Small but strong makes sense. See you, Jeff. People inside probably got out and pushed. That's what kids are for. They're not strong enough. Is that a California truck? Look at the only left quarter, does it? Not look straight to you. No, none of the recorders are good. Probably a fake SS. You'd have to really get into it, but it does have the right dash and stuff like that. So it doesn't matter if it's an SS or not. The thing's rusted beyond, Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right, Johnny. So you want rust-free or at least minimal. You don't want, I got to rebuild half the freaking car. The one here would be a little more than that one. Yeah, 15 for that. Forget it. The one by you would be more worth it. It looks like it's more intact. It's mint in Buffalo. And it's a 71. Yeah, I see it. I don't mind that. Wood pins are worth 30 horsepower. Yeah, too bad it doesn't have any paint or body on it. Bucket seats now. It looked like it was a split bench. It came with holes in the floor that are also air conditioning. That's right. It's so easy to register a car in Tennessee. My question becomes, why does it still have California plates? Probably because he's trying to sell it with, look at it's a California car. Those plates probably don't even belong to that vehicle, would be my guess. Because it should be a freaking blue plate car being a 71. Yeah, you don't even do a VIN inspection to get the title there. No, you don't. Wonder if he drove across the country. No, it probably ended up, cars get there. Yeah, the left and right rear quarters are all smashed up and bondoed. Yeah, and bent down the quarter. Yeah, it took a hit too. If you squint, it's mint. Yeah. Straight in California isn't necessarily straight, but I'm pumped. Straw, hey, what's going on, buddy? If it had a 402, 386, or 354, it'd be worth more. But still with the rust, it's overpriced. Yes, it's very much overpriced. LOL, Bob. Yeah. The plate on it is the ELC here is paid for 2025. So it's they're taking care of it. The owners, I mean. Oh, okay. Well, folks, there we go. There's another Monday. In the wrapper, in the crapper, whatever you want to say. Shannon, I still didn't get your emails. You must have been multiple pictures or stuff like that, or I don't know. But seriously, I'm looking at my email right now. I didn't show up. Not cutting you out, but we need to get the heck out of here. Take some NyQuil and go to bed. Blood car that floated on the Mississippi. Blood car that floated, yeah. Could have been. Feel better. Appreciate everyone's thoughts. Appreciate everyone that came in tonight, played along, had a little bit of fun. And thanks for being here. We'll talk to everybody later.